MSC, and we are here at MSC World America, brought to board this newest ship. And the first detail that I can see is MSC with this newest terminal is not missing one detail. First off, there is a dedicated line for your shuttles. There's a separate entrance for your executive vehicles, and then drop-offs are at a whole different levels, as well as parking. So they really help you keep organized in regards to all of the places that you could possibly go. There are restrooms here, as well as there's an elevator should you need it over to the left. All right, it's time for the first look at this beautiful terminal. Let's see what it's given. So here's your first peek into the beautiful MSC terminal here. And as you can see, there are several options. Oh, sorry. So you have here your regular check-in, then you have your MSC Ready check-in, and then you have your Yacht Club check-in, which will be off to the right. I have the MSC Ready check-in, so I'm gonna head that way. And this is my first diamond cruise here on MSC World America for MSC. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that experience is. All right, let me find out where I'm supposed to go. Alrighty, so as I mentioned, there is a whole different level for shuttle services versus taxis, etc. So this is where your ride share and taxi pickup is gonna be, just in case I don't get it on the way out. This is where your taxis are going to be. This is also the floor where the Yacht Club tent will be, right there. So hopefully that helps you navigate. Let's get a first glimpse of the ship over here.
Where they at? Who's at the inside?
There she is! MSC World America! Sorry for the wind. And she is bow to bow with Icon of the Seas, which is iconic that they are bow to bow like this. Everyone knows that Royal Caribbean or MSC has kind of put a little bit of a feeler out there for Royal Caribbean, saying, hey, we're coming for you. So it's interesting that these two spectacular ships are parked bow to bow. Royal Caribbean's big terminal is Terminal A, and MSC says we're going to do you one better, and we're going to be Terminal AA and bring the largest cruise terminal in the world. So it's interesting to watch how these two brands evolve here in the U.S. market. I know Royal Caribbean has already had a pretty solid foundation. It's going to be interesting to see how MSC develops. Sorry, that's luggage. Good morning. Thank you. You need to see my MSC. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Cool, thank you. Alrighty, so we are boarding the ship. Pretty seamless. There was a little bit of a snafu with my diamond status. But I was pretty adamant about, like, no, I'm not waiting for open boarding, I'm getting on. And that wasn't a flex. It was literally when I walked through the diamond line, no one ever gave me a number. But not the end of the world. But when I got time to board, they were like, where's your number? And I'm like, it says diamond on this passport. So after, it was only one person who was like making us think, which is not the end of the world. But then the next person was like, oh no, like, you're a diamond, you should be able to walk through. So that's just FYI, like, if you know you have status, this is the second time. And I will say, sometimes you feel some kind of way where If you don't look like you have a certain status on a cruise line, like even with Carnival, the last time I got on, I had platinum, and they're just kind of looking at my thing like, oh, you know, go through Gen Pop. And I'm like, no, I have status and I want my status perks. So make sure that you know, really point that out. You don't have to be I was gonna say a bad word. You don't have to be a butthole about it, but you know, the reason why a lot of us get loyalty for these lines is because we want the perks. So make sure that, you know, you get the perks that you deserve. So we are now getting on the ship. Another way to make sure that you get the perks that you deserve is to print out your boarding pass in color, because a lot of times people are looking for the colors and not necessarily the words, so that's helpful. I know I had to reprint my boarding pass at the hotel and it printed out in black and white the last couple cruises, so it makes it a little harder for them to spot the marker that says if you have a certain perk. How they make sure that everything is detected.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you. Oh, that's cool. They have places right here that you can fill up your water bottles. I'm guessing it's in the embark debark area. Thank you. Another stand. I think I am. Hey. Thank you. Oops, excuse me.
Sorry.
That's okay. Excuse me. It's a little traffic jam. So when you board World America, you will enter on deck 8. I'm sorry, you'll enter on deck 6. And there was a bit of a traffic jam. So I'm gonna head up to deck 8 where things are a little more spread out. But it puts me right here by the gym. And there is the Zest Juice Bar here. First, look at the atrium. Cut has a new look. Chocolate spot down there. Alrighty, so I decided to come in Italy to reserve all of my dining. Usually I'm not a big specialty dining person because this is such a new ship concept. I am going to try to eat in as many specialty dining restaurants as possible. So I am waiting here at Italy because they have the iPads that allow you to book in any of the dining areas. I'm going to take the approach of letting them book me for whatever they have available versus trying to figure out what the schedule is, just so I can eat around whatever's available versus trying to make the activities fit. I'm going to make the food fit. And again, a tip is you can come to this, everybody's waiting at the butcher's cut line. You can come up here to Italy. There was at least 3 people waiting in front of me. I did hear a woman say that she had to wait for an hour. I think that might just be an inaugural glitch. Okay, I have all of my dining taken care of for the entire trip, and we're going to be able to get into all those specialty dining restaurants that you all are looking forward to seeing. I'm ready to head out to get this first glimpse of what the split tail concept of MSC World America looks like with that separated promenade area. Here comes the first look at World Promenade. In case you need to activate a card, but I already did that before getting on board. Oh, you also can make your MSC Foundation donations here. You settle your tab, you don't have to wait in line. All those things. Here is the lovely elevator bay. And as everyone stated, these are the electronic elevators. So you just tell it where you want to go, and it'll tell you where to go. So you can watch on your mobile device, but I'm guessing that So I learned there has been some updates with the specialty dining packages. It used to be that preset menu. I was just told today by one of the managers that there is not that preset menu. So I ended up getting a 2-pack specialty dining for $9.99. So you're no longer stuck with just having those certain prepared items for specialty dining. So that's good to know that you're not stuck with those specialty dining preset menus. You can have the full menu experience. So if you all want no line, come straight to Paxos. They can book all 5 of your dining experiences, and there's no line here. No line. They can book it your Paxos. No line. Bye. And that's the quick service. Here's the menu. A little sampling of the food. That's not for me to eat. Display only. And you can catch your elevator ride right here. Oh, that's cool. Paxos has a terrace. So you can eat outside on Paxos. They're gonna let me go up there. Terrace area. Oh wow. Oh, this is cute. I had not seen this in the preview videos. You can have a whole bar experience here up here and just drink and watch other people. also to note is that you're a diamond, you get one specialty dining experience included. So instead of having to buy a whole bunch of specialty dining, I only needed to buy 2 more to get to all the restaurants that I wanted to get to. Okay, so far I'm impressed with the new installations here on MSC World America, in the sense of there are more pops of color in the exterior. The interior looks pretty much like any of your other MSC ships, so it doesn't have that super wow factor if you've been on a bunch of MSC cruises like me. But when you come outside, you really get to see the personality of World America and what makes her so different from her other ships in MSC's fleet. So I think I'm gonna park here, have my first meal and drink here at the sports bar. And let's see, because I have a feeling the buffet experiences are gonna be kind of crazy this first day. Even the Italy manager, Steve, recommended that I avoid even the dining tonight, the regular dining, and so I'm just gonna do the specialty dining this evening, which is I'll be at Kaito Sushi this evening for dinner. And again, this is kind of my first impressions video. There will be a full vlog coming out that has all the information related to World America in my first full day. But I want to be able to make sure I get an experience, a vlog out for you all, just as a quick first impressions of the ship. So overall, day 1 was pretty seamless. It went really well, I think. Just some slight hiccups for me. I boarded around 12 o'clock, so just a few slight hiccups at the port in regards to my diamond status. I was supposed to get priority boarding. I had one person who was working in the terminal kind of pushed back and told me I had to wait, but then another person was like, no, come on, you're a diamond. And then there was a slight bottleneck on the gangway. I've heard that bottleneck got a little worse as the day went on. It seems like there's some congestion in the entryway as soon as you get to the ship because people are waiting for those automatic elevators. I took the first set of stairs and went up at least a 2 to just get out of that bottleneck. In regards to the activities and the vibes, it's pretty tame. I think maybe people are just really tired from travel days. So the vibe wasn't like through the roof. It seemed, but however, a good mixture of, for those who wanted to party versus relax, people could do that. The ship reminds me of has some of my favorite MSC elements. Particularly, I appreciate the elements that remind me of being on MSC Meraviglia, such as the stadium seating on the Lido deck, as well as some of the interior spaces. Now, the ship is a little boxy and kind of cut weird, and so in some sections you're not going to be able to go clean across. And it's not just in this back part that has the split, but even in the middle there are going to be some decks that you only can kind of go between a couple of specialty dining restaurants, and then you have to figure out a way to cut up and over or go down and across. So that's just something to be mindful of. It might take you a little while to figure out your way around the ship. I had Kaito Sushi, and that was a pretty solid meal. And so, yeah, and then running up the evening, just kind of going to a couple of parties and giving my hand a try in the casino. So that's kind of my general thoughts on day 1. If you have any particular questions that you want me to answer, put them in the chat, and I'll be sure to address them either in the chat or if you have something that you want to see in a following video, let me know. Stay tuned. There will be a full-length vlog for boarding day, for embarkation day, but I wanted to get something out really quickly to give you my first thoughts, honest review of what I noticed on MSC World America. Stay tuned for the full-length vlog coming out on embarkation day. This is Sid with C. Thanks for traveling with me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.